5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. Silver is increasingly being recognized not just for its historical role as a monetary metal, but for its expanding utility and relevance in the modern world. This growing appreciation is prompting investors, analysts, and even industrial users to consider whether silver is poised to become as valuable, sought after, and strategically essential as gold. The idea that silver could become the next gold is no longer a fringe notion but one gaining traction due to a confluence of economic, technological, and environmental factors. In economic terms, silver has always been considered a close relative of gold. Both are precious metals, both are limited in supply, and both have been used for centuries as a store of value. However, silver has long carried the label of the more accessible or less glamorous sibling. It has been more affordable, more volatile, and more industrially useful than gold, often leading to it being treated as a commodity rather than a true financial asset. This perspective is beginning to change. Part of the shift arises from the increasing understanding that silver's dual role as both a monetary and industrial metal gives it a unique position in the global economy. While gold is primarily hoarded and invested in, silver is used widely in numerous sectors, especially those driving the future. It plays a critical role in electronics, solar energy, medical equipment, and the growing field of electric vehicles. This makes silver not just a hedge against inflation or economic instability, but a critical material for innovation and sustainability. The energy transition sweeping across the globe is a significant driver of silver demand. Solar panels rely heavily on silver for their conductive properties. As nations ramp up their commitments to renewable energy and aim for carbon neutrality, the demand for solar installations continues to surge. This translates into increasing consumption of silver, and unlike other industrial materials, silver is not easily substituted without sacrificing performance. It is, in many applications, irreplaceable. This gives it an edge in the long-term demand equation, pushing it further into the spotlight. Electric vehicles also contribute to the rising significance of silver. From battery systems to circuit components, silver's conductivity and reliability make it an essential part of automotive electrification. With global mandates pushing the phase-out of internal combustion engines and the proliferation of smart technologies within vehicles, the metal's use is only expected to increase. This puts pressure on the available supply of silver, elevating its strategic value. Supply dynamics further complicate the picture. Unlike gold, which is often mined for its own sake, silver is primarily obtained as a byproduct of mining for other metals such as copper, zinc, and lead. This means that silver production is often not responsive to price spikes in the way other commodities might be. Even when silver prices rise, production might not follow unless there is a corresponding rise in demand for the metals it is mined alongside. This supply inelasticity creates the potential for significant shortages if demand increases sharply, which many experts believe is likely. In terms of investment, silver presents an intriguing case. Historically, silver has lagged behind gold in terms of prestige and price, but its volatility often leads to greater percentage gains in bull markets. This leveraged behavior makes it attractive to those seeking higher returns, albeit with higher risk. In periods of economic uncertainty, Silver has shown the capacity to move rapidly as investors flock to hard assets. Unlike gold, silver remains affordable to retail investors, offering a low barrier to entry for those looking to preserve wealth in physical assets. The accumulation of silver by small investors has surged in recent years, adding another layer of support to its market dynamics. Inflationary pressures also play a key role in elevating silver's status. As governments around the world print money to support fiscal spending and stimulate economies, the value of fiat currencies can erode over time. In such scenarios, tangible assets like silver become attractive hedges. While gold traditionally occupies the role of the ultimate inflation hedge, silver's added industrial utility gives it a dual foundation of support. It offers both defense and offense, functioning as a store of value and as a component of future technologies. Furthermore, silver carries a historical legacy that reinforces its monetary potential. Long before paper money became standard, silver coins were used in everyday transactions across civilizations. This deep-rooted trust in silver as a medium of exchange lends it credibility even today. Central banks and financial institutions may not hold large reserves of silver in the way they do gold. But the broader public still views silver as real money, especially during times of crisis. Technological innovation continues to open new frontiers for silver as well. From water purification systems to antimicrobial coatings in hospitals, the metal's unique chemical properties ensure its continued relevance. As new uses emerge and existing applications expand, the metal's value is being recalibrated not just by market forces but by necessity. In the future, silver might not just be a desirable asset but an indispensable one. Geopolitical tensions also underscore silver's strategic importance. As nations strive to secure supply chains for critical materials, metals like silver are increasingly viewed through the lens of national security and economic resilience. This has prompted discussions around domestic mining, stockpiling and alternative sourcing strategies, all of which can affect market dynamics. The more silver is considered essential, the more it gains in strategic value, further supporting the idea that it could rival gold in importance. Once considered primarily an industrial commodity or a secondary precious metal, silver is increasingly taking on the attributes once reserved for gold. It is seen as a safe haven, a wealth preserver, and a critical asset for the future. This perception shift is as powerful as any fundamental metric because market behavior is often driven as much by sentiment as by data. As global systems face transitions, be it through energy revolutions, financial disruptions or technological leaps, silver stands at the confluence of these changes. Stop.